Yo, RX back with another recap of UFC Jacksonville Tapoya versus Emmett. I know this is a day late, sorry. I was going to do it Saturday night because I easily could have since the card was in the morning. But just a couple of reasons I didn't do it. Computer acting weird, I was not really in the right mood. I just didn't want to give you not the best recap I could give, so pushed it off till Sunday night, which we're 1:36 right now, and let's get this shit done, man. Yeah, again, I'm sorry for being late to this, but if I want to give you the best video possible, I had to do it today. I could not do it. I could have not done it last night as well as this will go. And this won't even be good as my video. So, yeah. Not very much more to say. UFC Jacksonville was fine. 13 fights, I'll talk about why it's one less than what I broke down. Yeah, it was a fine card. Was it good? No. Was it bad? No. It was very mid, to say the least. Very, as meme worthy as that sound, it was very mid. And yeah, man, it wasn't like a couple highlights, but most of the card was very forgettable and shit that I really don't have much to say fight wise. So yeah. If you look at how I did on picks, they're fucking horrendous, which I'll talk more about that at the end, like I always do, so, yeah. Nothing more I can think to say besides, please like, comment, sub, 100 subs go by the end of the year. Thank you all for the I know it's only 5, but I've gained 5 subs in like the last 28 days, I believe. So thank you so much. 100 subs, man, let's hit it. 50 would be nice. 100 might be a little crazy. We are already in July, but never say never. Bare minimum 50 would be my highlight of the year. So let's do it. But enough talk. I'm talking about anything that's not a recap of a fight. So let's recap a fight. Let's go. Yeah, I broke down 14 fights. We only got 13 because Clayton Rodriguez pulled out. Well, no, my bad. He missed weight, and Taria said no. So I'm pissed that we didn't get Taria out of the Apex, but hopefully they rebook him pretty quickly, maybe in Singapore or some shit. Versus, I would say give him David Dvorak, let him get a quick, easy, let Taria get a quick, easy win, but whatever. Come along, just rebook Taria quick, because I want to see him fight. He's so good. But enough about that, let's talk about our 13th fight underwhelming card. As we begin tonight with a very boring fight, as we have Sedriques Dumas versus Cody Brundage. Not very much to say about this fight. It was 15 minutes of Brundage just not trying, and Dumas just being on top. Brundage looked like he didn't want to be there. He looked like he didn't care. He looked tired quickly. He looked lazy. One of the laziest performances I've seen in a while. Just a very lazy performance by Brundage, man. And like, he did step in on a week notice, but dude, you gotta still show up and fight. Like, he didn't. Like, he didn't actually, like, in round 1, he went for the guillotine that made him go on his back. And then he stayed there all round, did nothing. Round 2, same thing, just take out the guillotine, he was on his back. That's that. In round 3, he went for guillotine. That was tighter, but did end up on his back. He didn't get it, and he lost the fight by a clear 30-27. I don't know how. There was a 29-28 in there. That is so wrong. It's not even funny. So yeah, just not much to say about this fight. Dumas did look better on the ground. At least we saw none of his striking, pretty much. But he did look good on, he looked fine on the ground against a decent grappler in Brundage. and Brundage just looked pathetic. Like, no joke, Brundage just looked like a joke. And that is not the performance you should be doing or having if you're on a 2-fight losing streak. Like, this your job's on the line, man, and you would have that performance? Come on, man, that's just embarrassing. And for Sedriques, as much as I dislike him, he looked fine, man. Really good second UFC fight. Got back on track. Looked fine. Not very much more I can say. Like, just a very, 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 very lazy performance by Cody Brundage. And Sedriques didn't have to do much to win. He just had to stay on top and do a little bit of work to not get stood up. So, not like Dumas had this fucking legendary great performance. He just didn't. He just tried. So, yeah, not very much more I can say. The only thing left to talk about is who should I fight next. For Sedriques, and if you notice, and I'm not saying Cedric Dumas, I don't know why. I think I heard Cedric once. I kept saying it like that, but that's clearly Sedriques. So yeah. Who should Dumas fight next? Got a couple options. The one I did see one I really liked, and I think I will go with that one. Yeah, I really like the COD matchup. Like, I saw it on someone said it on Instagram, and I love this idea. COD and Sedriques, I think would be a very entertaining fight. 2 strikers, it probably stays on the feet. I think that would be very entertaining. So, and COD coming off a terrible performance. I do think the UFC likes Sedriques, so they might not give him that fight, or they might give him that fight, I don't know. But either way, I think that's a great fight, and I would really like to see it. So, yeah. And then for Cody Brundage, I'm not gonna lie to you, he needs to be cut. The dude has shown talent in the past. Look at the Dalcha Lungambula fight. Look at the Trishan Gore fight. Hell, look at the Rodolfo Vieira fight. In all his UFC fights before this one, he showed a positive. Maximov, he showed good gassing. Dalcha, he showed heart. Gore, he showed striking. Oleksiejczuk, okay, he showed nothing there, but at least he did look like he tried. Rodolfo, he won, I think, his best performance, and he lost. And then Sedriques, man, he just, like, these 4 fights, if you just watch these 4 fights of Brundage's career, you think, okay, he's not bad. But then, I want to talk about the Oleksiejczuk fight, because that was a year ago, well, getting close to a year ago. It's just this Sedriques fight, he just did not give a fuck. So, it's kind of annoying, especially being someone who picked him. It's like, bro, what the fuck? If he would've got knocked out, fine. If he would've got clipped and knocked out, fine. Even if he would've got ground and pounded because he was so lazy, fine. Just 15 minutes of him not giving a fuck, it's just unacceptable. So, I say cut him. He's 8-5 on a 3-fight losing streak, and his worst, and on those 3 losses, a great performance and 2 bad ones. So, he'll easily go to Bellator, PFL, in a heartbeat. So, it's not like he's not gonna get a job. He'll probably be in Bellator the day they fucking cut him. So, just send him packing. It's time to go. And, yeah, not much more to say about this fight. Terrible fight to begin the night. And, by the way, Puna and Sedriques would have been way better, because Puna would have actually tried. So, yeah. Not much more to say. Who should I fight next? I like Sedriques Dumas versus Christian Leroy at Duncan. And Cody Brundage needs to get cut. Dumas and Duncan just screams great fight. And Brundage needs to just go. Nothing else. Good return fight for Sedriques Dumas. After that, we go to the most controversial fight on the card that had a winner, and I'll talk more about why I say that in a little bit. But yeah, next fight when topology feels like fucking loading. Topology. This is one take, man. Can you fucking load, dog? What are you, fucking down? What, fucking topology down, dog? Hello? Well, I'll talk about our next fight because I already know it. We got Jack Jenkins and Jamall Emmers as I try. Oh. I lost it or not? Okay. Yes, man. What the fuck? Well, we are back. That was unexpected and weird. I literally just lost internet for about 10-ish minutes, so yeah, that sucked. But we are back, and let's continue where we left off. And that was Jack Jenkins and Jamall Emmers. The most controversial fight on this card that had a finish, because a very close fight, which we all know that's automatically a robbery. I'll talk about, like, overall, 1 and 2 were very close rounds. Emmers definitely won at least one. I think Jenkins won at least one. I don't know. I think you could give the first 2 to Jack, or you could give just 1 to Jack. Jack definitely won at least one round. I don't think giving him 1 and 2 is crazy, and then Emmers just destroyed him in round 3. So it's, do you give the first 2 rounds to Jenkins? And I don't think that's insane. I didn't. I gave the first and third to Jamall. Like, it was a good fight. I'm not gonna lie to you. It was a good fight, close, very good fight, showing how good these two are. Just like, it wasn't a robbery. I know a lot of people are like, shut up. It's not a robbery. There's been some robberies this year, or many actually. This ain't one of them, man. This was a very close fight that could have went either way. I scored it for Emmers. I gave him the first and third, and I think he should have won. But to call it a robbery ain't fucking right, dog. Like, you're fucking stupid. You're just fucking stupid. And the borderline is this. Jack won. And I'll talk about what I think of him after this fight in a second. Just overall, it was a good fight and not a robbery. So, shut up. To talk about the fighters for a second. Talk about Jenkins. He's not it. He's good. He's a talented fighter. But he ain't the guy. He ain't gonna be a top 15 guy. He has many flaws in his game. He has many problems in his game. He's still green. He's very green. You can tell watching him. He's not a bad fighter, but I see him being, like, for 145, being like a Charles Jourdain, Julian Rosa. Like, yeah, he's good. He'll win fights. He'll lose fights. Simple as that. He's just, as of right now, I don't see him going much. He's never gonna be ranked. Like, I don't see him having a chance at the rankings. And he'd probably lose it to the 2 guys I just named. So, yeah. For Jamall, all he's shown is all the last 2 fights for Emmers has shown is he is a good fighter. He's not great. He's not gonna be ranked. He's not gonna beat a top dog. Blah blah. But he's a talented fighter. He has talent. He probably could go win a belt in Bellator. You don't need any talent to do that. So, or go win $1 million in PFL. It's not hard. But he's gonna stick in the UFC and probably keep doing alright. Win some, lose some, and have a good career. Not much to it. This was a fun fight. One of the few good fights of the card. And a close fight. A very close fight. And 30-27, I believe that is for Emmers. It's wrong. Like, it's 29-28 either way. So, yeah. So unless I'm trying to talk about something, robbery, fighter, yeah, it was a good fight. And to talk about who they should fight next. For Jack J. Fuck, he might need to get a fucking step back in competition after this. Cause the Shayna's fight, I gave him benefit of the doubt, debut jitters, blah 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 blah. This is just like, this was just not very a good look. Cause I remember a guy who's as hyped up as Jack is should probably have beat Emmers pretty soundly. He did not at all. So he really needs to have an impressive next fight, or it's a GG. So yeah. Who can Jack Jenkins fight though? I like him versus Shiloh Rębecki. I think that'd be a fun one. Shiloh's a good test and step up, but not a huge one, and would be a fun test. For Jamall, he could fight a lot of people. You can give him another young guy to test. You can you can give him a fight he should win. As like, there we go. Congrats on being really good. Let's see. You could give him William Gomez, or maybe a Luis Saldana coming off some questionable. I like him versus Gomez. I forget who I said Gomez should fight in the past recap, but yeah, I like that. Gomez and Emmers makes sense. Let's do it. Not very much more to say. Overall for this fight, was it a bad fight? No. Was it a good fight? Yeah, fine. And was it a robbery? No. So yeah, good fight between these two. And who should they fight next? I like Jack Jenkins versus Shiloh Rębecki. I like Jamall Emmers versus William Gomez. Jenkins should have a good form since Shiloh he needs to, and Emmers can test Gomez pretty well. So yeah, not much more to say. Good fight between these two. After that, calling this a good fight would be disrespecting it. The fight of the night, to everyone who had working eyes besides the UFC. Everyone who watched, remember that if you missed this, go watch it right now. Up next we have Chepe Mariscal versus Trevor Peak. What a fight! Fight of the night. How this guy robbed a fight of the night, I'll never know. This was fight of the night, one of the best fights of the year. I don't even want to talk about it that much. It was that good. Go watch it. I can't do it justice. Go fucking watch it. It was an amazing fight for 15 minutes. One of the best fights this year. Not fight of the year, but top 5 probably. If not top 5, it's top 10. Just a war for 15 minutes between two gangsters. And I even give them a fight idea. They're too good. They were great. This guy, Trevor Peak, needs to be on main cards only. Chepe Mariscal is a dog. Great fight all around. Go watch it. Just go watch it if you missed it. Go rewatch it if you already watched it. I can't do it fucking justice. It was that good. So, yeah. Bless me, thank you. Blessed Holloway. After that, we head into the other debut, the second of 3 debuting fighters on this card, and the second one to get a win as a underdog, as we got Joshua Van versus Zhumagulov. Good fight, good debut for Joshua Van. Dude looked good. Pretty much 3 rounds. Van was just a quicker fighter. The only round you really give Zhalgas is the first, which I did, but Van, I think, clearly won the second and third, so not really much to it. Good fight. Really good debut for Van. He's very quick. He's very good. 21 years old, only in his 9th fight. Dude looked really fucking good. And Zhalgas ain't no pushover. I know a lot of people think he is with that record and the UFC and all that. Dude's actually pretty decent, and he should have a better record than he does. just wasn't his night. This was Zhalgas' fourth opponent in a month or some shit. And I feel bad for Zhalgas, man. The dude can't catch a break. I was really hoping they gave him the robbery because it was a split decision, but they didn't, which sucks. But I feel bad for Zhalgas, dude. The dude does have talent. He should have 2 more wins in the UFC, Johnson and Molina, and he can't catch a break. He says yes to everyone. He doesn't care, and it's a shame that his UFC career is probably done now. So, I feel like one of the most unlucky fighters in UFC history. If maybe even the unluckiest. So, I just really feel bad for Zhalgas, man. Can't catch a break. And for Joshua Van, great debut against a tough veteran. Van went in there and clearly won. Hurt him bad in the second, almost got the finish. Van looked amazing. Definitely a prospect to have flyweight to keep an eye on. Dude's very good, very quick, and could be interesting. Dude's only 21. The next couple years for him could be very, very entertaining, and could see him in the rankings a couple years. He's just debut alone against a dog like Zhumagulov on short notice. He looked good. I can honestly say he looked pretty good. So, and it wasn't the most entertaining fight ever. It wasn't striking for 15 minutes, but it just wasn't. It was a fine fight. Palate cleanser after the peak fight. Everyone was already gassed from the peak fight, so yeah. But no, these two had a good fight to go on after that. And yeah, very good debut for Van, man. Very, very good debut. And now talk about who they should fight next. Van, you could already give him he already fought a pretty decent opponent for a debut, so giving him a step down, which UFC's gonna do because they're fucking stupid. But giving him a step down would be kind of fucking stupid. So that's why UFC's probably gonna do that. Who should Joshua Van fight? How about, I don't mind him versus Clayton Rodriguez. I think that'd be a good one. Young guys, hungry, both 8 wins. I think that'd be a fun fight. Clayton and Joshua Van. That should be a very entertaining fight if they did do it. And for Zhalgas, he's probably gonna get cut. If he doesn't get cut, give him a fucking layup, like Malcolm Gordon or Jimmy Flick. Give the dude a fucking layup. If you don't cut him, please give Denny's Bondar. Just give Zhalgas a layup so he can at least get one goddamn win, man. Jesus, dude can't ever catch a break. So, if they don't cut him, which I hope they don't, dude, I like Zhalgas. Got a good personality, and he does have talent. Just can't catch a break ever. So, yeah, not very much more to say about this fight. Great debut for Van, and Zhalgas can never catch a break. Who should they fight next? I like Joshua Van versus Clayton Rodriguez. And I like Zhumagulov to hopefully not get cut, but if he doesn't, then he should get a layup. So, Van versus Clayton makes a lot of sense. Again, young guys, whoever wins gets a boost. And Zhalgas, I would love to see beat up a layup and actually get a UFC win for the first time in 3 years. Yeah. Good debut for Josh Van. After that, we go to a fight that on paper looked like it was going to be a lot better than it was in execution, which is kind of sad. Now, you could say that for a couple fights on this card to an extent. As we got Tabatha Ricci versus Gillian Robertson. Not very much to say on this fight. Robertson was just okay with losing a striking match for 15 minutes. I don't think Robertson shot more than one takedown in the first round that Ricci stuffed easily. And besides that, Ricci just pieced her up on the feet for 15 minutes. Not completely sure what Robertson's game plan was. If it was striking, then you're an idiot. If it was give up after one takedown, you're an idiot. But at the same time, look, this should tell you how good Tabatha Ricci is. That Gillian Robertson was like, yeah, I'm not gonna take you down. So Tabatha Ricci and I'm not gonna go round by round because literally for 15 minutes it was just Ricci out striking her. So Tabatha Ricci, man, she is so fucking good. Like, it is crazy how if you watch her against Manon, she did put up a little bit of a fight, but more you come out of that fight thinking, damn, this chick is tough. And then fucking 4 fights later, she's on a 4-fight winning streak, looking amazing. So think about how crazy that is. Like, the fighter you saw in this fight and the one you saw in these 4 are not the same for many reasons. Hey, this is not even her weight class. This is 25, I believe. Yeah, so Ricci, it seems to be getting better every fight, and it's looking like she's a real contender. Her striking looks nice. Her grappling, we know, is good. She's just looking really fucking good at fight by fight, and I hope they actually give her a high fight, like a ranked fight now, because she deserves it by now, man. 4 in a row at strawweight, which you really don't see often. Again, not terrible competition. Your last 3, Polyana Viana, Jessica Panay, and Julian Robertson. Polly coming off a knockout, that's aging great. And Julian's a dog, and killing her, 2-fight winning streak. Panay, a veteran, about the highest praise I could give her. But like, dude, Ricci's looking like a fucking problem, and I'm very happy for her, man. I really think she should get a. You told me I think she could either be a top 10 fighter, I think, at strawweight, and if she gets the chance to actually fight someone high, I think it's gonna be really interesting, because I think she will look a lot better than people might think. So overall, Tabatha Ricci is just really talented. For Gillian, I think we know what we're getting with Gillian by now. She'll win some fights, she'll lose some fights, whatever. She's never gonna win a belt. She's never gonna win a top ranking spot. She's gonna win some more, she's gonna lose some more for the next 5 or so years. And that'll be that, man. Like, to the gatekeeper. And in a division that has a good couple, Waterson, Torres, Hill, Robertson's a good one. And she's a good unranked one. So, like, she hit her hot streak against 2 kind of flop prospects, and now she fought someone who's really good, and she lost. You can't get mad, and she lost to a great fighter in Ricci. And I would have loved to see the fight on the ground, because we really barely saw any of it. And really, the groundwork we saw with Ricci just overpowering Gillian to the ground, which is crazy. But overall, Ricci looked really fucking good. And yeah, I hope she gets a top ranked one, not top, but a middle of the rankings fight now. So yeah, who should they fight next? Actually, for this one, I can go here to the rankings. I thought this is not one I saw on Instagram that I would love to see. I would love to see Tabatha Ricci versus Marina Rodriguez. Like, I know that's a big jump, but let's look at it. Who else is above Ricci? She's not gonna fight anytime soon, and no, they're not gonna do that. No one wants to see her fight. She's a flyweight. She's fighting already. Who knows when she's coming back? She makes them. She's literally the border between the not contenders and the contenders. So I think that'd be a lot of sense. The only other fight you could really do would be Waterson, and no one wants to see that. So yeah, I would love to see Marina and Tabatha Ricci maybe on that Almeida Blades card. It'd be a great fight on the main card. I would love to see it, man. I think that would be an amazing fight. So, yeah, and then for Julian Robertson, back to the drawing board, come back, and see what happens. Who should she fight? Right now, I'd love maybe Dudakova after she beats Estelle Nunes, because she's gonna Corey McKenna. You ever want to feed Corey to her like that? Luma Lupo, man? We'll say Corey McKenna for now, but I really am not a fan of that fight, so yeah. Overall, for this fight, I'm happy for Tabatha Ricci. She's really talented, and sorry, I was cleaning my computer. Who should I fight next? I like Tabatha Ricci versus Mariana Rodriguez, and I like Gillian Robertson, I guess, against Corey McKenna. Ricci and Rodriguez, amazing fight. Robertson and McKenna, why not, I guess? Nothing better to do, fuck. Yeah, good win for Tabatha Ricci, man. After that, I'm not gonna waste much time on this fight, because this was not a fight, this was a mauling. Mateusz Rębecki versus Loik Radzhabov. Rębecki just kicked the piss out of him for a round and a half. Yeah, there's right. He destroyed his legs. He overpowered him. He was better. Nuts. Like, I literally got nothing to say. And this is one of my worst picks of the year. Let's just get right to who they should fight next, because I got nothing. Like, this was not a fight. This was literally just, I'm gonna hurt your legs. I'm gonna knock you out and go home. Like, just and the first finish of the night, thankfully. Yeah, this was just a beating more than anything. And who should Rębecki fight next? Coming off a great performance. This is a performance he should have had against Nick Fiore. Like, he had a very underwhelming performance against Fiore, but this is a performance I think we were waiting for. Because, well, a lot of people were waiting for, and even Dana, who signed him. Like, this was good. He looked really fucking good in this fight. And 18-1, a very shiny record. I think it's time to give him a little bit higher of a fight now. Cause I forget who they had him booked against before Fiore stepped in, but I guarantee you it was not someone that good. So I would like to see Rębecki in a pretty decent, not against someone very good, just a decent step up. Like, I know Jai's booked, but he would have been a perfect pick. How about Christoph Zhalgas? A little bit of a step up, but not by much. Quick, easy win at home. Not much, like, we'll go with that. A quick, easy win for Rębecki, and hopefully he can have an even better performance. Yeah. And then for Loik Radzhabov, he really had nothing for fucking Rębecki, and it showed quick. So, who should he fight next? How about I like this fight down here. Trey Ogden. Give Trey one more fight. Let Loik have a good performance against him, and then cut Trey. Loik gets back on track. Makes a lot of sense. Let's do it. So, not much more to say. Overall, great performance by Rębecki, and who should they fight next? I like Rębecki versus Christoph Zhalgas, and I like Loik Radzhabov versus Trey Ogden. Rębecki is an easy one against Zhalgas, and Loik gets a good comeback one against Trey Ogden. Overall, great performance by Rębecki. After that, we head into the prelims co-main, and a fight I don't want to talk about much because it sucked. It really fucking sucked. Like, it's pretty crazy how bad this really was. Like, this was hard to watch, man. we have Randy Brown and Wellington Turman. Jesus Christ, for 15 minutes they just hugged up against a cage. Pretty much, unless I'm forgetting something. Like, that's all I remember. Terrible fight, man. Disappointing performance by Randy Brown. Turman still sucks. But just a really disappointing performance by Randy Brown. Really expected better out of him, and I think this really shows that he's at a certain level. Really? Right now? Jesus. Yeah, this was a nail in the Randy Brown hype coffin. If you think he has a chance against anyone with actual talent at 170, you're fucking insane. He had a problem with Wellington Turman. Wellington Turman. Shaking my head. And he lost the third round. The fuck? Whatever. And he actually beat up pretty bad with elbows and shit, though. Just a terrible performance by Randy Brown. And who should he fight next? How about... He deserves a step down after this performance, no cap. Andre Fiallo? I don't hate that at all. Or... Nah, we'll go... Nah, yeah, let's go Andre Fiallo. I like that fight. Andre is on his last chance, I feel, at this point. And I think this would be a good fight for both guys. Very winnable fight for both guys. So, yeah, let's do that. And then for Wellington Turman, I do not give a fuck. Next, terrible performance by Randy Brown, and I'd like to see him versus Andre Fiallo. Because after this bad of a performance, you deserve a big step up from Turman, but overall step down. So, yeah. And then for the featured prelim, maybe the worst fight on the card that actually had a winner, because this was terrible. We have Neil, Magny, and Phil Earl. This was fucking terrible. When I say for 15 minutes they hugged each other for 15 minutes. They literally just fought on the cage for 15 minutes. I swear to God, I'm not making this up at all. I can't make this up. They literally just fought on a cage for 15 minutes. One of the worst fights I've seen this year. And this was just embarrassing to be your featured prelim. And so, I'm not even giving these two a fight idea. They don't deserve it. No one, fuck this fight, man. Not a rock. The only thing I can talk about is the decision. Close fight that could have went either way. I scored for Rowe, you scored for Magny. It doesn't fucking matter. Fight sucked. Both are losers at the end of the day after that fight, so. That shit way to end the prelims. Overall for the prelims, very bad. I would say you had 3 okay to good fights. Well, no, we'll include Rębecki because he got a finish. These 2 fights sucked, and these 2, no, 5. I would say decent fights. These 5 were fine. This sucked, and these sucked. Besides that, the other 5 were alright. This was amazing. Great, fun to finally get a finish. This was fine. This was okay, and this was alright. So, this carried the prelims. So, yeah, not much more to say about prelims. Now to move on to the main card, which was fine. It really did make the card better, end a little better than it should have. So, let's talk about the main card opener. That should have been the co-main between Brendan All-In Allen and Bruno Silva. Brendan Allen is legit. This dude's finally hitting his stride, and it's very nice to see because the dude is very talented. He is really, 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 good. And I'm happy he's actually hitting his stride now. He had ups and downs in the UFC before, but now he's in his fucking bag. 5 in a row. That's crazy. In his last 2 against pretty decent competition, man. Like, Muniz and Silva, and subbing them no less. Jesus. Brendan Allen is legit. He needs to be fighting a top dude now. No more. None of this bullshit. None of this bullshit. None of these guys. I know he's probably gonna fight one of these guys next, which is annoying. But he shouldn't. He should be fighting guys up here. And I'll talk about that in a second. The dude is legit. He is better than everyone ranked. He's the best fighter ranked, but from 6 to 15. Like, the only other guy that gets close is Imavov, and dude, he got beat by Sean Strickland. Come on. Like, Brandon Allen is the best fighter outside the top 5. Like, in the rankings. He is really fucking good. And I know you're gonna say, Brandon Allen lost to Sean Strickland too. Yeah, whatever, shit happens. Brandon Allen has bounced back. Imavov had a headbutt curse or whatever, so whatever. Allen, dude was great. Striking, he dropped Silva to get the rear naked choke. He got hurt, Allen, and bounced back pretty quickly. Dude's really talented. And 27 years old, 5 in a row against a decent competition. He's here now. Like, if he wasn't here before, he is now. And I'm very happy for him. Seems like a cool dude, and he's showing he's a really good fighter, and I'm very happy for him. Okay, so yeah. To talk about Bruno Silva a little bit, I already got a little to say. He stepped in on short notice about a month ago when Brendan needed an opponent. Got moved to this card, and he did his best. He rocked Allen, but short notice, got clipped. Allen's just a better fighter. You can't get mad at it. This shit happens. Respect to Bruno for saving Allen from not fighting this month. And he did his best. Bruno Silva is good. That GM3 fight, at this point, pretend never happened because it was just a fluke. And yeah, Bruno's good, man. He should get a decent fight after this. And I'll talk about that in a second. So, yeah. Let's if we're gonna talk about something. Let's talk about who they should fight next. I'll get to the point. I'll get to the big fight first. I want Brendan Allen versus Marvin Vettori. I know Allen's gonna want to fight quick. I know Vettori ain't gonna fight for a while. But end of the year, maybe you can get Vettori back in there. I think that's the only fight that makes sense. Because who else do you got? No one wants to see fucking Allen destroy Brunson, Zhalgas, or Hermanson. It's just a waste of time. I'm seeing a lot of people say Imavov. No. I'd rather see Imavov versus probably... I'd rather see Imavov fight one of the 3. Like, I think that'd make it be better. Imavov is less proven than Allen. Like, Allen is way more proven than Imavov, and it's just a better fighter than Imavov. So, yes, that'd be a good fight, but I'd rather see Allen go up and not fight one spot. Or actually, he's probably gonna be ranked higher. So, I don't know. I want to see Allen Vettori. Allen deserves that fight. We deserve that fight, and it'd be a very good fight. To talk about Bruno Silva, like I said, he should get a good fight coming out of this. Stepping in on short notice, saving Allen from not having an opponent, and actually doing pretty good in the fight. Bruno should get a good fight. Who should he fight? How about how about and let him beat up Edmund Shabazian real quick. Edmund or Phil Haas. Let him beat up one of those two. So, yeah, not so much to it. Overall, Brendan Allen is legit, and I'm very excited to see how he does when he fights a top guy. Hell, I'll pick him to beat Izzy. He has everything to do it. Better ground game, which ain't hard, and he's good on the feet. So, Allen's legit, man. So, and Bruno, respect. Who should they fight next? I like Brendan Allen versus Marvin Vettori. I like Bruno Silva versus Edmund or Phil Haas. So, yeah. Allen and Vittori, great main event of a fight night. Silva deserves a quick, easy win for stepping in and doing good. So, not much more to say on that regard. After that, we go to a fight that changed in a blink of an eye. As we have David, Onama, and Gabriel Santos. One shot, one kill. In round 1, Santos dominated Onama, just beat him easily. But in round 2, Onama was fighting better, but still was getting beat until late into the second. Perfectly timed uppercut, and Onama goes stiff as a board out. He wakes up when he hits the ground. Well, he unstiffens when he hits the ground, but still. One shot, one kill by Onama, man. Quick drink, stay hydrated. Stay hydrated, baby. Water, baby. Water. Gross. Yeah, whatever. Yeah, man. One shot, one kill from Onama. All it takes, man. He did the Izzy celebration after, which was very lame, because it makes no fucking sense, but whatever. To talk about Onama, dude has shown potential his whole UFC career, and now, away from dumb fucking Glory MMA, he's gonna be better. He didn't look great until the knockout, to be honest. He kinda got lucky, because he was clearly losing the fight, clearly. But dude has shown, dude didn't look completely terrible. He still looked alright. So, and against a tough, really good guy like Gabriel Santos, fuck, man. That's impressive. His first 2 UFC wins weren't because they were against layups. Dude, Gabriel Santos is a dog, so, yeah. And to talk about Gabriel, dude's still really good. He got robbed versus Murphy, and, just gotta keep your chin up, man. Go back to the gym and fight again. He's really good, so, yeah. So, let's talk about who they should fight next. Onama, man, coming off a huge win. Who's next? God, I fucking hate Cleveland weather. Onama. Let's see. How about I looked at this earlier. I like him against Jack Shore. I don't know why. I really like that fight. I think that would be fun. There's some other options, but I really like Onama and Jack Shore. I don't know why. Like, I think that'd be a really fun fight, and would test both in different realms of the game. So, yeah, let's do that. And then for Gabriel Santos, 1-1 UFC now. He got robbed versus Murphy. And who should he fight? He deserves an easier fight at this point. Murphy and then Onama, back-to-back killers. Dude can't catch a break. So let's put him in there with someone a little bit lower. So how about let's go TJ Brown. Quick, easy win for Santos. Gets him back in the win column, and yeah, not really much to say about it. So yeah, not much more to say about this fight. Great shot, great fight. Onama, great KO, and excuse me. Who should they fight next? I like Onama versus Jack Shore. I like Santos versus TJ Brown. Onama and Shore would be very fun, and for Santos, give him a quick win against TJ Brown. How much more is that? Boom. another finish on the main card. I was trying to think what I was gonna say, and then I forgot, but then I said it. So now we go. As we go into our next fight, I'm not gonna say anything here. Rebooks this fight. It's not either guy's fault. He did not quit. It wasn't. Lane did not do it on purpose. Tafa need to stop crying like a bitch. Just shut up. You know it was accidental. Stop being stupid. Rebook this fight. I say for 293 in Australia. So rebook it. I feel bad for both guys. Rebook it. Talk about the co-main event. I'm not gonna say much. Great fight. Macy Barber still sucks. Rebus had an off night. Next. If Rebus didn't have an off night, she would have won easily. So whatever. To talk about our main event of the evening, we have Ilia Topuria versus Josh Emmett. This dude, right? I'm not saying doing him justice. This motherfucker right here is so good. It's fucking stupid. He is so good. It's scary. Not to Volk, but to everyone else in that division. Bro, he is so fucking good. Like, dude, he destroyed Josh Emmett. 50-43, 50-44. Dude, he got a 10-7 round in round 4. 10-7. Dude, that's fucked. I scored 50-44. I think 110-8. Not a goddamn 10-7, bro. Like, whatever. But it was like, whoever gave Josh Emmett a round, you need to stop watching MMA for the rest of your life. Ilia won every round easily, and he is good. Really, 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 really good. He is going to be a top dog at featherweight for a long time. He's still really young, and he's only getting better. This is the best Ilia Topuria we've ever fucking seen. And that's saying a lot, cause, dude, think about what he's done. Running through Damon Jackson, killing Bryce Mitchell's hype, killing Jai Herbert, and that was his worst performance. And killing Ryan Hall, I guess that was a hype train derailment. I don't know what the fuck people are talking about there. I'm like, dude, he is just a fucking monster. And the only thing, he has to fight consistently. The bad thing, he's ranked high now, which ain't gonna happen. But besides that, man, this dude's gonna be a legit problem for a while. Good luck finding a way to beat him. His gas tank looks phenomenal. His striking looks phenomenal. We know he can wrestle. Jesus Christ. To talk about the human punching bag, Josh Emmett. Retire, man. Dude, this is one of the worst beatings of the year. Now he's on, you could easily say a 3-fight losing streak, because he probably should have lost this fight. And these 3 fights have been really brutal on him. Calvin, we already know that's a brutal fight. Yair, always a brutal. And now Ilia, that was just fucking awful. And dude, he fought 3 killers in a row. And plus the Burgo fight where he fought with a 2 torn ACLs or some shit. Like, Emmett is really tough, and he has talent. But he's 38 years old, and it's scary to see a dude to watch him take this much damage over just the last 3 fights. And then that Jeremy Stevens KO, fucking, you're never gonna not feel that. Like, dude, he needs to retire. I thought he was going to. He should have. But he's gonna go another round, man. Respect to him for how tough he is. He would not go down. Ilia had him dead to rights 6 times, and he's just like, no. Like, what the fuck? Dude, even Ilia was... Josh Emmett, Marvin Vettori, and Angela Hill. Don't fight him in a main event. You cannot finish him. Marvin Vettori you can't finish anyway, but Emmett and Angela Hill, don't waste your fucking time. They are just another level. So, in main events, like skill, damage take wise, skill wise, they're still the same fighter. So yeah. Overall, for Emmett, retire, but he's gonna go another round, and I have no idea against who. I'll look in a second. So yeah. Overall, before I do who should they fight next, dude, Ilya's so good. And who shouldn't they fight next? For Ilya, I think it's kind of obvious. He's not getting a title shot. Don't be stupid. He should fight Max Holloway next, after Max beats TKZ, of course, because he's going to. It makes the most sense. Ilya's now in the top 5. Alan Ortega are probably gonna fight. Yair is gonna lose to Volkan, and Volkan's gonna go do shit at 155. After Max beats TKZ, what can he do? He's already beat. Dude, he's already beat these guys. He already beat him. He's never gonna fight again. These guys ain't ranked high enough yet. And Max can fight those guys anyway. Only one fight for Max and Ilya makes sense. Each other. So, Ilya should fight Max early next year, maybe Fight Night main event. We know Ilya takes time off. We know Max takes time off. January, February next year. Maybe even December if we're lucky. Let's do it, man. Great, would be really good. I don't know. I'm still gonna pick Max, but fuck, I'm not, for once, when it's not Volk, I'm thinking, Max might actually lose this fight. And it's weird to think, so, yeah. And then for Josh Emmett. What the fuck do you do with Josh Emmett? Already fought Cater. Giga? I don't think, does he fight another Georgian? Giga, I would say no. Like, he's not gonna fight any of the guys this low. I'm seeing a lot of people say Evloev. I'm okay with it. I'm okay with Evloev. I don't know who Calvin's gonna fight when he comes back. Calvin and Emmett pretty much have the same guys on their map. Even though I think Cater should fight Yair after when he comes back, but that's for a different day. I think Emmett's next fight is between Giga, Evloev, or Evloev pretty much, because Mitchell, you're not going to have him fight up. Yusuf, I don't see it. Ige, no. Edson, no. Alex, no. No one outside the rankings. It's Giga or Evloev. I don't think either are a bad choice. I'd probably go Giga. Evloev, but if you, nah, I'd say Evloev, because Giga should fight down, and I think he should fight Bryce or Yusuf or Ige, and yeah, and Evloev, as he should fight up, and I don't see him fighting anyone besides Emmett or Cater, so yeah, I say Josh Emmett and Monthor Evloev makes the most sense. Could be a good pay-per-view main card fight, so let's do it. Overall, Ilya Topuria is legit. He is him, and he is going to be a problem for that division for a long time. And who should they fight next? I like Ilya Topuria versus Max Holloway after he beats TKZ, and I like Josh Emmett versus Mansour Evloev. Ilya and Max, yes please. Josh and Evloev. I'm sorry, Emmett, but you're taking another L. Yeah, not much more to say about the fight. Ilya's great. So, that's the card. To talk about my picks, I did dog shit. 5 of 13, 2 perfects, 300 points. The only picks I'm pissed about are, like, even close fights like Rowe, and, like, I'm not even mad about Rowe, that could've went either way. Santos got clipped. Loik was just a bad pick. Peak, I'm not even mad at. It was such a good fight. This dumb fuck just didn't try. Nothing. I can't say much there. Reebok just didn't show up. Off night. Like, in Lane, I think I would have gotten, from the little bit we saw, I think Lane probably would have been able to beat Tafa, but whatever. I just did terrible. And the picks I did get right were, at least I got like super obvious picks right, which that could be good or bad. Ilya, Allen, Brown, Ricci, Jenkins, not anything, like, most of those are pretty simple, so, yeah. Terrible night for me picking, but whatever, they happen. And for the bonuses, I disagree with these entirely. Fight of the night, Ilya and Emmett. Performance of the night, Rebos, or Barber and Onama. Fight of the night is Chepe and Peak. If you disagree, you don't know MMA. Performance of the night, I would give it to Allen and Rębecki. Maybe you can give one to, I would say Onama, but he was losing that fight pretty much. I would do Fight of the Night Peak, Chepe, and Performance of the Night to Allen and fucking Mateusz. Because besides that, no other fight can win Fight of the Night over this, and no one else really deserves a bonus outside of Onama, I guess. So, yeah. Overall, UFC Jacksonville was underwhelming. And as I do every recap, I try to. If I were telling you if you missed a card and you want to know what to rewatch, I would say Jenkins or Emmers, Mariscal, Peak, just in general. That's the only thing you need to rewatch, really. These three are, if you want, they are fine fights. Allen rewatch, Onama rewatch, and Ilya rewatch. Besides that, skip these two snooze fests. Skip this garbage. This was not even a fight, so whatever. And yeah, man, UFC Jacksonville in the books. A couple guys proved they're legit. Ilya, Allen, Ricci. Couple guys shown at least bare minimum. We had fighters show they're legit, and we did have a couple good fights. So, unless I'm going to say something, that's it. You'll hear from me next Friday, or this Friday at this point, for UFC Vegas 77 breakdown, or 87. What are we on? I don't even fucking know. Is it 77? I think so. Strickland and Magomedov, right? That's an amazing card that should not be in the Apex. I cannot wait to break that down. It's a great card. And yeah, there's your recap. Sunday 1 p.m. EST. Most likely, I'm sorry about getting this out so late, but shit happens. So, unless I'm feeling to say something, please like, comment, sub. 100 subs go by the end of the year. And as always, RX out. Ilya would have fucking killed Paddy Pimblett.